DCT. Hey guys, so you join us today for a very special rivalry score settling. We have the X50 for Proton and the HRV, the new HRV Turbo from Honda. So when the X50 first launched, they kind of dissed the older HRV by out-dragging it and just outperforming it generally because it has a new turbo 1.5 engine. But the new HRV that Adam is driving also has a 1.5 liter turbo engine. So some scores to settle over here. So Adam, do you think you'll beat me?
Come on man, that was so unfair. That car, the older generation, was like a gazillion years old. And then they picked on it. It's just like a young person picking on an old person. So unfair. Well, now it's back. It's younger, it's more advanced than ever. And it's gonna whoop some beep.
CVT, DCT.
Hey, CVT in a Honda is like the best CVT, okay?
So, to evaluate the X50 and the HRV, we know nothing compared to our master over here, our sensei, our resident racing driver, Zenlo. So he'll help us actually evaluate the cars in a more scientific and professional way. Right, Adam?
Yes, that's correct. Zen, before we start it off, I mean, what do you think? Who's gonna be the better car?
Well, based on historical record, I reckon the Honda is going to do better. But having said that, I don't know. We're gonna find out soon, shall we?
All right, let's do it.
Let's do it. So there you have it. Zen, our racing driver, has had both cars on the track. So Zen, let me hear your first impressions.
Okay. Well, I started off with the Proton.
Okay.
It was pretty impressive.
All
okay. Quite a bit of an understeer during high speed, expected. Then when I jumped onto the Honda, it immediately, straight away, the steering input, the steering feedback is way sharper, less understeer. I mean, go into an understeer. Then after that, the car actually hold. It allowed me to keep the throttle on, so that means that the car handles way better, less body roll. Honda, it's the way to go.
By the way, both cars have the same tire, Continental UC6. So tire is not really a factor here, so it's more about the tuning of the suspension.
Yeah, yeah, the suspension, the overall ride, and also the steering, so.
Even though this car has got that CVT transmission, it's still a hoot to drive.
Yeah, it feels just as quick as this, this is dual clutch, right? It feels just as quick.
All right, so there you have it. Our in-house racing driver has given his impressions on both cars. Now, we're not saying that you should be driving like this on the road or anything. It's just a little bit of fun, just to give an impression of how these both cars compare. So in my opinion, the Honda HRV Turbo is a really, really complete car. It's got everything that you need. It's got good looks, it's got performance, and it has good safety features, because this car comes with Honda Sensing's full suite of safety features, which means you've got this lane warning, you've got lane assist, you've got adaptive cruise control. Basically, you've got everything. You've got everything that you start thinking like, I don't need anything else. It's got everything that I've ever needed in a car, something that a lot of cars really don't have. I mean, I like even though it's, you have to use the cable, the Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, it just works flawlessly. Yeah, I mean, but the best thing I think, like, I've driven the hybrid and I was like, okay, this car is good, but the turbo really just peps this car up. It just brings it to life, and I really, really like the Honda HRV Turbo. It's really, really nice. I mean, like, the fuel consumption, that's good. I mean, people say turbo can't be fuel consumption. It's still got like 5 point whatever it was per litre per 100 kilometers, and that's quite good. I think like one of the most favorite things about the Honda HRV, I think this will be the same across the board, is just how comfortable it is. I feel like I can just be in this car, go on a long trip, and I'll just be completely comfortable. And I won't be scared of terrain because, you know, it's slightly raised, so it means it doesn't ride too low to the ground. And yeah, you do feel like you've got a very, very good car to just explore the world, explore the roads, and it's got the performance to do it, things like that. And I just really like it. To me, I feel this car is really, really complete. It's one of the most complete cars I've ever driven, and I really, really like it.
Handling wise, I gotta say this thing feels more planted. It feels more together. It feels more tight. And also just the build quality generally, the mix of materials, it just feels like a more together product, like they spent more time engineering this. There are some things I don't like as well, like look, the infotainment system over here, it sticks out like an old CRT monitor. What is that about? It's weird. There's certain things too, like I wish I had more for my money. This is the turbo, which is, you know, analogous to the RS EHEV, so it's pretty high spec. I don't get a sunroof, and I do get that in the Proton. You could argue a sunroof is kind of a silly idea. You don't need a sunroof in this climate, but it's nice to have. One thing I do like over the X50 is the fact that I get paddle shifters. And I don't get paddle shifters in the X50, weird. Engine-wise, powertrain, this I really cannot fault. The CVT everyone loves to hate, but I can't really fault it either. It's a smooth performer. It feels like a normal gearbox for the most part. I pull the lever, it shifts down. I pull the lever up, it shifts up again. It's responsive, it's torquey. It's a good car. I can't really fault it. It just doesn't wow me. You know how the X50 kind of wows you? Like it does that with different trim colors in the interior, like the red, the burgundy, and the black, the sunroof. And there's just more angles, more visual flourishes going on. This is simple. This feels, like I said, like a Civic. Nothing else to say about that. It's just very Honda. It's very almost formulaic, but you can't fault the quality. It's a Honda. Good car. I like it.
All right, so now I'm in the Proton X50, the darling of Malaysia. And you know what? It's been a while since I've been inside, and I just seem to forget how snazzy it is in here. Love it. It's just so damn stylish. I just really, really like the interior design of this car. And also, like compared to the Honda HRV, I feel like it's got more pep, even though it might not be like it, like, you know, performance-wise. But I just feel like this car has got a bit more peps, a bit more lively, like ready to pounce. Yes, that like DCT transmission does give you a different experience to what you get in the Honda HRV. It feels a little bit more sportier to me, and it's really difficult to fault this car. I mean, it's just so lovely. I mean, all this, it feels nice. Okay, maybe this is not as nice where you put your hand as the Honda HRV, but still, it's still soft touch, and yeah, it's just hard to just fault this car. It's just nice. This is why, one of the reasons why a lot of people buy the X50. It too, it's quite complete, like the Honda HRV.
If you're driving the X50, guys, kebanggaan Malaysia. X50 is impressive, all right? You get in the car and you feel like, wow, this is a Proton. Look at this brushed material. Look at this burgundy leather. Even though it's plastic, whatever, leatherette material here, and you have like brushed over here, and then look, a very breakable door handle. Wow. Okay, it might sound like I'm ragging on the X50. I'm not, because I like this car. It is the best car that Proton produces right now. I mean, it's not in-house developed, not in-house engineered, but as far as rolling out of Tanjung Malim factory, this is the best car. But there's some things that are not so great. In fact, they didn't fix. This is 2023. Some complaints that I had when I first drove the car in 2020 or 2021 is still here, and they haven't fixed it yet. First of all, this car, things I like: engine, responsive, powerful, pulls really well, and that combo, the DCT, is good. I know DCT has a kind of a bad reputation in Malaysia, Volkswagen, and this one is kind of setting out to fix that reputation lah, you know. So far it's been okay, but the thing is I know that this DCT, same with the X70 as well, it tries to emulate being a automatic, you know, like it's trying to kind of mask the shifts by being very soft, and that might lead to premature wear in the clutch pack. And also it's not very fast to respond. Even in sport mode, you think it'll shift very aggressively. No, it doesn't. It just shifts like normal. The throttle map changes when you shift into sport mode, so you get a lot of throttle, got a lot of acceleration, or you think, at least you think it is, from a little bit of pedal depression. There's certain things that I have to complain about, guys. So one of the things is that the infotainment system isn't so great. It always shouts at me, oh, I'm breaking the speed limit, oh no, the door is open, oh no. And the navigation system also is like really annoying. It always tells you like I'm not going the right speed, I'm not following the right route, and it's always so annoying. Also, the first thing I complain about, and everyone did when the X50 first launched, when this car first launched, is the wind buffeting noise. I don't know if it's like a design feature, if it's on purpose, but at around 120, and it's worse if you have a crosswind, at 120-ish, you get like really loud buffeting noises. And that's fine if you have the stereo on and stuff, but if you don't, you hear it and it's loud. And then, if you do have a crosswind and it's the right angle, guess what? You get a whistling sound. There's a whistling sound that comes from here. It goes like, woo! Like, it's like a little like warning notification that they engineered into the car to let you know, hey, you are being naughty, you are going over the speed limit. Very bad. No. What is that about? It's 3 years on and they still haven't fixed that. I think that's also a complaint in the X70. Huh. Good car overall, but you know, things have moved on. HRV is here and it's also a very good car. As was proven just now, Zenlo did not like my car. In fact, he preferred the HRV by a long way. In fact, also around the little track, the X50 was like 2 seconds slower. Epic fail for the X50. So after we're done with that, we wanted to come somewhere a bit further away, just to the conclusion over here. And also, we wanted to figure out how good these cars are on fuel consumption. In theory, the X50 should be better because it has fewer cylinders, same displacement, also turbocharged, but I have a DCT, I have fewer cylinders. How many liters per 100 km did yours do?
My friend, the HRV did 5.3 liters per 100 kilometers. And let's hear it, let's get it.
So it does have few cylinders. Okay, maybe my right foot is not as
exactly.
Not as
That's
light.
the logic, right?
It did 7.7 liters per 100 km. And I wasn't speeding, I wasn't trying hard, I wasn't trying to catch up with anybody, no. I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened. But look, so 2 losses for the Proton, 2 wins for the HRV. Maybe, and this is the big one, when we have a drag race, like we did before when the X50 was first launched, X50 spanked the old HRV. Let's see if it can still spank the HRV 1.5 turbo.
Keyword, old.
So, that was a really close one. Like,
Yeah.
I honestly, I can't even tell.
Yeah, I
Who
also
won?
could not tell, really. I was thinking the HRV might have won, but I was like, nah, doesn't feel like that.
Because you have
Yeah.
a bit more power. You have like 4 PS extra.
Yeah.
I've got 10 Newton meters more torque.
Yes,
But you got a CVT, I got a DCT.
yes. I don't know, it was too close to call, I don't know.
Hey, but I gotta say, your car, it's a really good one.
Yeah.
This one is quite close as well. I think the whole kind of thing is very close.
I mean, like, I was impressed with the HRV, and then when I stepped into the X50, it just reminded me how good of a car it actually is. I was like thinking, X50, la la la, but actually, it just shut my mouth. I could not say anything bad about it. It's still a lovely car.
Yeah,
I
it
just,
tries really hard to impress you, right?
Yeah, exactly. Everything inside is snazzy, you know, the design's okay, you know, like, I just could not fault it. It's just...
But I can't fault your car How much is it?
Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, 134,800 ringgit is a bit more pricier than the X50. So, yeah, I mean, if you have spare change, I mean, yes, you can go for this. But if you're on a budget, why not? I mean, it's still a good car. To me, I think it's still a good car.
It's got the badge. The badge factor is a big thing, but the X50 is 113,000 ringgit, way cheaper. And you know what? Both are really great cars. We can't really, honestly, can't really fault them that badly.
Yep.
Also, honestly, between the two of us, we can't decide who won. So you guys have a look at the slow-mo replay or whatever you want to do and tell us who won in the comments. Bye.